So finally, after a few years since Avatar Studios was founded, we finally have an official look at what shows and movies are planned to be coming over the next few years, and it's pretty massive news. Combined with Netflix's Last Airbender, there's a ton of content releasing soon. So in this video, I'll be breaking down everything meant to be releasing in the world of Avatar and explore some possibilities and speculation on future animated series. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the like and subscribe button, and let's jump straight into it. So coming up, number 1 is the adult Aang movie, Lost Realm. The first major release to be for the big screens is the adult Avatar Aang movie, officially titled Lost Realm according to Paramount's recent copyright filings, though it's also referred to as Aang the Last Airbender. This movie will focus on Aang as a 24-year-old avatar voiced by Eric Nam, and will feature the original gang returning to face a new, unprecedented threat of epic proportions. Here's what we know. Katara, 24 years old, will be voiced by Dion Kwon. Sokka, 27 years old, will be voiced by Roman Zaragoza. Zuko's voice actor has not yet been confirmed, but rumors suggest that Dante Basco might return. If this is the case, it'd be legendary since he reprised his role in The Legend of Korra, and it would bring a ton of fans to the cinemas. Steven Yeun has been cast in an unknown role, which has led to widespread speculation by fans. He's the original voice actor of Wan from The Legend of Korra, who was the first Avatar and created the cycle with Rava. This Avatar cycle progressing through the generations has led us to eventually getting the beloved stories of Aang and Korra, so he's deeply central to the franchise. Now obviously this would be insane if he does play Wan again and somehow visits Aang and perhaps teaches him something, but some people are already saying that since Yeun is so famous after roles like The Walking Dead and Invincible, Paramount may have wanted to bring a more well-established actor to play Zuko, so he could be playing Zuko. He'd definitely do great in that role if it's true, but it'd be amazing to have Wan back as well in some sort of way. The villain, largely a mystery, will be voiced by Dave Bautista, though details about his character will be released closer to the film's launch. Maybe he's some kind of enemy who can only be defeated through spiritual means, causing Aang to try to reach out to Wan. The movie is directed by Lauren Montgomery, who has worked on many well-rated DC animated projects, and co-directed by William Ma. The plot revolves around Aang grouping up with his friends to defeat a new villain threatening the balance of the Four Nations. The release is set for January 2026, but production is expected to wrap up by November 2025, meaning we'll likely get trailers and promotional content throughout 2025 to prepare us for the grand release. Now, something very interesting is this movie was originally intended to release on October 10th, 2025, which is the 20th anniversary of the original airing of The Last Airbender's first episode. This would have been a massive event and so hyped up, but sadly internal issues caused a delay back to 2026 after the poor results in a reveal at CinemaCon. After that, we have number 2, the Earth Avatar series, Avatar: The Seven Havens. This new series is set in a post-apocalyptic world where Korra's actions have led to the destruction of the world as we know it. This is something which caused a lot of debate and controversy online once the leaks hit, because a lot of blame is being pinned on Korra. But all we know so far is that she probably had to do this to save the world somehow. I'm sure we'll learn more about it from the full series, but the remaining population after this cataclysmic event lives in 7 safe havens, which of course is where the title comes from. Protected from the wastelands outside, which is apparently a really messy and dangerous environment similar to the Fallout games, the series follows twins who could be both the Avatar, a brand new concept for the franchise, and one is named Pave and the other is named Nisha, and these names represent light and dark respectively. Here are some more details. One twin is seen as more powerful, is raised by the White Lotus in wealth and privilege, and the other is completely cast aside and forgotten, growing up on the streets of a new haven. Eventually, the twins reunite and train together, with the weaker twin still possessing significant power and training, and speculation suggests that both twins could share Rava's essence, technically making them dual avatars. Though the series may ultimately keep one as the true avatar, we haven't really got enough confirmation on that to be sure. Another awesome theory which I just came up with is, although some people hate it, one could be the Rava avatar and the other could be the Vaatu avatar. Maybe Vaatu has somehow come back and he somehow infected the other spirit of the other twin. Now, each of the twins will travel with animal companions, but one of them wears light and the other wears dark, hinting towards the idea of there being a battle between good and evil between the two. There are rumored to be 24 episodes of the show, likely releasing weekly, so we'll have lots of content to look forward to. While the exact release date isn't confirmed, it's expected to drop shortly after the Aang movie, potentially in late 2026 or 2027. They want to capitalize on the hype from the movie. Number 3 is the second Aang movie, the trilogy. Avatar Studios initially planned for 3 separate movies, and we're all expecting to get one on Kyoshi and possibly Korra or Zuko, but now it looks like we're getting a trilogy centered around Aang and his friends. The second movie in the trilogy is hinted at in a leaked but likely official image with concept art showing an older Aang, possibly in his 20s or 30s, and the art depicts Aang walking towards overgrown doors, possibly an old temple, suggesting a plotline tied to the restoration of the Air Nation. But maybe he's also going after some kind of relic to gain understanding or power. This is likely to release in 2027 or 2028 since we know so little. It's hard to say for sure though. We do know there will of course be a third movie in this trilogy, and the preview art is also about Aang, but we have no clue or no info on this art at all, and it's far too early to guess what it'll be about. Maybe the trilogy will take us closer to the Korra era, where we see Aang prepare for his eventual death, or maybe we'll even see the lead up to or even witness the death of Sokka, which has a beautiful fan-made comic about it, which many consider unofficial canon. Again, there's way too little information to actually know anything, but these are some cool ideas which could be expanded on and brought into the canon. Number 4 is the Airbender series. After a second Aang movie, we'll get a new series focused on an airbender. While the details are pretty much non-existent on this one, there are 2 main possibilities. Either they're spinning up a fully fledged show just like the earthbending one, but for an airbender, which would be awesome, or they're going to give a reveal from a couple of years ago that we'd be getting some form of kids show releasing soon. Regardless of which one is the case, it'll probably be about the second avatar in the cycle, who was an airbender if you didn't know, making them the first airbender. The marketing on that would be absolutely insane and really an easy sell, unless it's a kids show, and if any of you are Star Wars fans, you'll know that even if a kids show is good, it barely pulls any numbers like Skeleton Crew or The Bad Batch, and if it's animated like the Clone Wars or Rebels, well, it's spawn killed at that point sadly. After that, number 5 is a AAA RPG game called Avatar Ice Wars. In addition to the movies and series, Avatar Studios is expanding into gaming with a project titled Avatar Ice Wars, a AAA RPG set 7,000 years before the events of The Last Airbender. The game will focus on a firebending avatar and is expected to release in 2027 or 2028. Something really cool about this game is that not only are the original creators of the franchise involved, but it all started from a conversation with them on how to best explore Avatar in gaming form. As you can see with the quote on screen, how do we build a new story that lets fans go in and immerse themselves in an original story? This line of questioning led to the decision to make a full RPG, which would be open world, allowing the player to explore all of the kingdoms and surrounding wilderness, battling all kinds of enemies and setting out on an epic quest. Number 6 is Netflix live-action series Season 2 and 3. While not directly tied to Avatar Studios, the Netflix live-action adaptation of The Last Airbender is part of the broader Avatar content slate. Season 2, covering Book 2 Earth, is expected to release sometime in the next couple of years, possibly in 2025, heavily cutting down on the 6-year production of Season 1, introducing fan-favorite characters like Toph Beifong and delving deeper into Aang's journey to master earthbending. As we know, famously in Season 1, he didn't really practice waterbending that much, especially compared to the animated show. So Season 3 is confirmed to be in the works, but we won't know much about it until they've wrapped production on the second season. We'll likely see the conclusion of this live-action adventure by 2030. And now, just to go into the literary content like the books and the comics, on the 25th of February, we're getting a one-shot Korra comic called The Mystery of Penquan Island. We don't have much information on it since it's just a one-shot, and they don't want to give too much away, but here's what we do know. Mako and Bolin head to Penquan Island in the Fire Nation to investigate a mysterious missing persons case, which takes a personal turn when they discover a clue linking their mother to the mystery. As they delve deeper, the brothers uncover hidden secrets among the island's inhabitants and confront unsettling truths about their family's past. Following this, on the 25th of March, we'll get thrown back into The Last Airbender world with another one-shot, this time titled Ashes of the Academy. Ki, Fire Lord Zuko's half-sister, enrolls at the strict Fire Royal Academy for girls, prompting Zuko to enlist Mei as a teacher to protect her from the Academy's harsh environment and the shadow of Azula's legacy. As doubts about the headmistress grow, Mei must navigate the Academy's cruel and harsh culture to ensure that Ki stays on the right path and doesn't follow in Azula's horrible footsteps. Both of these sound like amazing standalone pieces, and it's awesome to see these side characters get fleshed out quite a bit more. The last thing we have confirmed, aiming for a release on the 14th of October, is the second book about young Roku titled The Awakening of Roku. The description reads, "This epic 6th installment of the Chronicles of the Avatar series continues Avatar Roku's journey toward discovering what it means to be a spirit of no nation, even if the lesson comes at great personal cost. The stunning conclusion to a powerful duology, The Awakening of Roku, is certain to leave readers breathless." So, the next few years are shaping up to be absolutely monumental for Avatar fans, from the highly anticipated adult Avatar Aang movie to the post-apocalyptic Earth Avatar series and the continued expansion of the Netflix live-action adaptation. There's something for everyone, really. Plus, with the possibility of a trilogy and a AAA gaming experience to enjoy at home, The Avatar universe is set to dominate pop culture for the next few years to come, if any of it is any actually good, at least. Well, which project are you most excited about? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome Avatar updates. Cheers guys, hope to see you in the next one.